guys! It's time for my April wrap-up. I didn't actually get to read the 9 books that I set myself to read in the month of April, but I read 5 or 6, so I'll take it. It keeps me right on par with my Goodreads reading challenge. I started out the month by reading The Murder Complex and The Death Code by Lindsay Cummings. I also read her novella, The Fear Trials. And let me start off by saying that this world is so freaking screwed up. I would never, ever want to visit this world. I'd maybe want to meet the characters, but the world can stay where it is. And normally in duologies, the first book is my favorite, but I couldn't really choose a favorite in this one. I think I did like The Death Code slightly more, but I loved both books. I gave them a 5 out of 5 stars. Going into these books, I knew absolutely nothing about them. And I think that's pretty much the best way to go into this duology. So I'm not telling you guys anything other than the fact that the death rate is higher than the birth rate in this series. And if you guys do decide to pick up this series, I would recommend you read The Fear Trial, the novella for this series, first. Because everything in that novella takes place before the events of the first book. It won't help you understand what happens in the books any better, but it'll help you understand the characters. And I gave The Fear Trials a 3 out of 5 stars. The next up I read Under the Lights by Abby Glines. And this book sadly only got a 2 out of 5 stars. Not because I didn't like it, it just wasn't very captivating, and I felt the reasons for her being in the situation she's in is just very unrealistic. I don't think it would have been blown up to the proportions that it was. And both main characters had similar family issues, which, you know, that's normally how characters bond, is they have a similar interest or problem, but it's kind of overdoing it a little bit in this book, especially when it's referenced several times. Overall, this book was a little bit on the annoying side. And just because I didn't enjoy this book, it doesn't mean I'm not going to read the 3rd and final book of the Field Party trilogy. I am. And I have my fingers crossed that that book is better than this one. The next book I read was an ebook arc that I received from the author, and that is Breaking Damien by Aaron Migul. And I'm pretty sure I'm saying his last name wrong, but I don't know how to pronounce it. And Breaking Damien is the first book of a new YA fantasy series. And as you can guess, like all fantasy books, it was a bit slow, but it wasn't really very detailed either, and the lack of details is really what I didn't like about the book, but the ending and everything that led up to what happened in the end really made up for it. And I really wish I had the second book and I could just jump right into it, but sadly that's probably going to be like another year from now. But I do have a spoiler-free review for Breaking Damien that I will leave linked in the description box below, so you can go check it out if you want to learn more. I gave Breaking Damien a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Next I have For the Record by Charlotte Huang. This book follows a girl named Chelsea who loses a TV talent show. But she's also under contract where if anyone wants her to be in like a commercial or a TV show or do anything in entertainment in the next 3 years, that she pretty much has to do it. Well, her company wants her to be a member of Melbourne, but the band really isn't happy with this. So she's given the summer to make the band love her. One of the most interesting things about this book is that I could not decide who I shipped Chelsea with. And I actually didn't like who she ended up with. I just really like how her personality clashed with the other 2 members of the band. I was also very upset about the way everything ended for the band. Upset as in sad, not upset as in angry. I gave For the Record a 4 out of 5 stars. And the final book I read was The Trials of Apollo, Book 1, The Hidden Oracle by Rick Riordan. I reread this book in anticipation of the second book, The Dark Prophecy, coming out May 2nd, which by the time this video is going up should be tomorrow. If you want to know more about my thoughts and feelings for this book, I do have a review and a discussion video up for it, so I will leave those linked in the description box below so you can check them out whenever you want. So I actually read 7 books this month if you count The Fear Trials, which is a novella, but I think this month was a really good reading month, and I hope next month is just as good. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!